So here's Veronica Benson sharing her why story.
Hey everyone, I'm really thankful to Emma to let me share. I don't know that my story is that awesome, but I claim it as my own and we just go from there, right? So I have 4 kids and that's a big part of my life, obviously. And so over the years, I've, you kind of ride the weight roller coaster of just the ups and downs with having kids, losing the weight, gaining the weight, back and forth. And I think over the last probably 13 years, has just been that pattern for me. And that's how long I've been married, almost 13 years. And I'm finally now getting to the place where, I finally feel like I'm coming back to my true self. And it doesn't mean that I lost who I was, but I think just along the way, you start to change. You have to take on attributes and characteristics to take care of kids, to manage all the things that you're managing and take on new responsibilities. And so I think along the way, I've changed, which is good. But I think I've lost a little bit of myself. And so I wanted to come back to that. And I think physical fitness has always been a part of my life, but I never could quite get back to where I felt like I was in shape. I felt like I just felt comfortable in my own skin, to be honest. And, I was going through pictures a couple months ago and just looking back before I started Beachbody and just how far I had already come, but I still felt like I needed an extra push. I needed something more to really get to that point of I felt good. And so in December, I had been following Emma for 2 years. And so, for anyone that's kind of feeling like I've been contacting people and everyone's saying no, or they just take forever, gosh, I took 2 years. And I think, what was I thinking? But honestly, I needed that 2 years to get to where I am now. And I think a lot of our challengers, or just a lot of people that we're talking to now, are going to need that time as well. And so I kind of just try to remind myself, all right, it's okay. It probably is just not their time right now. And if they were to jump in right now, then it maybe just wouldn't work out for them, and it wouldn't be as positive as of an experience as they need it to be, and a big change. And so I kind of just try to think about that when I'm talking with people. But in December, I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. And anyone who knows me, when I get into something, it's just kind of like head dive into the shallow pool and we just go for it. And I felt like from the beginning, having good leadership has made all the difference. So thank you, Emma. And hopefully I can follow in your footsteps and be able to give that to, my coaches, because I think
I paid her to say that with Shakeology. I paid.
So true. But no, and I don't know. I just think if you can be that good leader, then your coaches are going to follow in those footsteps. So I'm trying to do that. But, I do feel like though that the Shakeology has made a difference in my life. I could tell even from the first week that I was just feeling better. I had more energy. I used to have really bad cravings, and I realized, gosh, it took me so long to realize this, which is sad, but, I just wasn't feeding my body what it really needed. And with my nutrition and the Shakeology, when they came together, then that's when it started, I started to gain traction with my workouts and starting to put into good use. So I feel like now we're getting there, and yeah, my baby's 4 years old, but we're getting there, right? And so I just feel really good about it. And as far as the business is concerned, my goals for this are just to be able to replace my husband's income and give us options, save for college. I have 4 kids. So, there's always going to be expenses, but just save for retirement. I think these days, even if you have a great job, you cannot depend on any kind of retirement through your work. And that kind of scares me, even though my husband and I are in our 30s, late 30s. that's on us. And so that's a really big thing that I want to push for. But beyond the financial is great. I love to talk numbers. Let's talk about money. But it has to come back to how I feel about it, because if I didn't enjoy it, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. And that's just all there is to it. So anyway, is there anything else you wanted me to share, Emma?
No, thank you. I just wanted to, I think you've been such a strong member of the team from the beginning. I mean, you came into the leadership retreat. You guys remember Veronica showed up and she was like helping us with pictures, and I was super sick, and she's like, I got oils, I'll rub them all over you. And anyway, she just is one of those people that there's different kinds of people in the business. There's the cuddle bunnies, the toe dippers, and then those that jump all in, and the gangbusters. And she's definitely a gangbuster, but she does it with the right intent and the right heart. And that makes a huge difference. Some people come in and they're like, give me the quick sale, sign people up, boom, 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 don't really care about them, whatever. And they're just kind of trying to do it, go that avenue. Veronica's the opposite. She's like, what do I need to do to bring out the best in everyone around me? And then how can that benefit my family? And I think she's just laying a solid foundation for a six-figure business and beyond that. And so I just wanted to have her share, like, from her heart, her perspective on that. Plus, you're going to be seeing her name a lot as I start to shout her out and she starts to lead more for us. So anyway, thank you, Veronica. Myra, do you want to go ahead and share your 2 to 3 minute story as well?
Yes. Okay. So, hi, everybody. I started coaching in December, but prior to that, I was a stay-at-home mom wife first for 2.5 years, and then I had my daughter. She's a year old now. So at the point where I decided to become a coach, I really was looking for honestly, I really didn't really know. I just kept seeing this beautiful lady jumping up and down, drinking some shake on Facebook, and I liked her, and I just kept, following her, and I was like, oh, she's so nice, and she gives such great tips, and I just kept thinking about how she did such a great job of motivating people. And then one day her post came up and she was looking for coaches, and I'm like, I need to do this. Like, I've been in social service in my previous careers, my previous jobs, and I want to help others, and I want to help myself. And I was in the red as far as my fitness journey was concerned, because I had lost my trainer, and I didn't want to go to a gym. So this was like the perfect fit, and it came at the most perfect time in my life, because it has helped me personally just become a better person. I did jump all in when.
Hey, Myra, real quick, tell everyone how much weight have you lost now? Like, from the beginning till now, from the beginning of your whole journey till now.
From the beginning of my whole journey, I've lost actually it's more like 83 pounds now.
And she's little.
And I'm 4'10", so I was carrying a lot of weight. But and that's I need more like an hour to tell you that whole story. But I've transformed myself, my physical self, and it's just made a big impact in the way I just deal with people, my family, my friends. And thank you to Emma to really hooking me up with Veronica, because she's like the best friend that I've known. I've known her for like 5 months or 4 months, but I feel like I've known her my whole life. Because every time I talk to her and every time I talk to Emma, it's just like I regroup and I focus, and then we have such great goals for our business, and we're building a great foundation. We already established monthly challenge groups. We already established a monthly coaching week, an eating a free clean eating group. We already set up ourselves for every month. Is what we're doing. No ands, ands, or buts about it. And so we're building it because we want to see longevity in this, being coaches. And I missed Success Club last month before, and that was like a big downer for me. But now I'm back, and I really know how to build it and how to really focus on what's important. And it's not only, yes, it's to help people, but I've helped myself, and I'm helping my future self, my future family, my daughter. I'm building that foundation, because when she starts going to school and she starts going, I want to be able to do this completely full time, and I'm just setting it up for her so that when she knows no different. She knows as far as her health, and also just that mommy's always around, and that's what I'm building for my life and for my family. So I have big goals, and I'm just fortunate that I get to share it with Emma and with Veronica, and that we work together. And I'm having a blast, and I'm just learning so much about everything. I come from a marketing background, and so sometimes I get a little bit anxious because I want to see fast results, but in the long run, I know that it's going to make a difference just to keep it, slow and steady, and that's how I'm going to win the race, and that's how I'm going to get to the point where I want to be. So that's my story, and I'm shooting for probably about just 10 more pounds. That's about it, because I am really tiny, and I just want to get strong. And I know, because if I get stronger physically, I'm going to get stronger mentally, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So it's been great. So thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you so much for sharing, because you guys, it's not easy to do these calls. It's not easy to share your story. Even though you might post it on Facebook, that's different, because like you post it to the web, and it's like, but when you actually are looking at people and talking, it's very difficult. But the reason why I have them open up with their stories is because we're going to talk a little bit about numbers, and I'm going to start drawing a bunch of bubbles up here. But these bubbles are people, and they're stories, and they're people that you could actually influence long-term and change their lives. Like, I had my life changed, and when I signed up as a coach, I was just a bubble to Teresa that she was hoping would turn into something, and it's literally changed our family. You guys know how much it's impacted my life. If you don't know, then obviously you're not paying attention, because I always share. But as we get into this, this is going to talk about just how we earn money, and then how to do smart coach placement as we get going. Some of this stuff you're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm totally not there yet. So if you're a new coach, that's okay. Just, it's very confusing. And then if you're a leader, you're a diamond leader, and you're wanting to really build, this is really more for you, and how to max this income opportunity out for you, so you're working so much smarter than I did. I didn't know how to do anything with placement, and I really messed up our family's finances, as far as like, we could be making triple right now, and that's just crazy. Now, we are six-figure earners. My first year I was really a hobby coach, and I'll say this: if you approach this business with a hobby mentality, just having fun, just having a few people get fit, that's awesome, that's cool, whatever, but know that you're going to get paid as a hobby coach. You got that right? Hobby activities equal hobby pay. And hobby pay really is equivalent to you're just doing service work, right? And you're earning your products for free. So I'm okay with you being a hobby coach, but you need to mentally write that off as I'm doing service. Okay, this is that you're not treating it as a business. So my first year I made I think 11,000. I signed up in August. Yeah, 11,000. Signed up in August, and then that's that. So maybe that was anyway. Then the next year I made about 45,000. I can't remember exactly. And then last year we made about 150,000. And this year so far, the first quarter, we've brought in about over 60,000 in the first 4 months. And I'm not telling you this to brag. Some people make way more than me. Some people have been doing it for 18 months and make more than me. Some people make way less than me and have been doing it for 7 years. So it just really depends. I just wanted to give you a baseline so I kind of know what to do to get to the six-figure level. And these are the things and the tricks I'm going to be doing for my own business as we move forward. And this is how I'm going to teach it from now on. Okay, so say you're a new coach, or you have new coaches coming into your business. You know that we get paid a couple different ways. The first way we get paid is we make a 25% commission or a bonus off of challenge packs that are that are sold. That's a retail commission. That's awesome. Your goal should be Success Club 5 no matter what every single month, because that covers your products and then a little pocket cash. But really, that's only going to be about $150 to $200 a month, right? Because you equate those Success Club points. Now, you're really good about talking to people and sharing your story and talking about the value of Shakeology and the longevity with it. So you will get residual income on that, as well as leads that can convert to customers and be retail sales for you down the road. So that's how you make money with customers. Now, the next step is that you can make a team cycle bonus. And that's what happens when you become an Emerald coach. Now, an Emerald coach means that you have an active coach on your right side and an active coach on your left side. So let's look at, can you guys even see this? Do I need a scoot? Hold on, moving furniture. I have this, I'm going to take a picture of how I have this propped up on my desk. Okay, can you see that kind of? No? Shake your head, thumbs up if you can sort of see it. Yes. Okay, you don't need to like, I'll go through it all. But you might see my big head up in here. Anyway, okay. So you're a new coach and everybody on our team has a strong leg and a weak leg because you all have an upline sponsor. Your upline sponsor is here, and then you could either be on their left or their right side. For this diagram, I'm going to use their right side, okay? So when you're signing your first 2 coaches as a brand new coach, you want to look at the coaches that are coming down. So here's you, and oh, look, your upline is so nice, and they've already signed up 2 coaches under you. Now, they're not your personally sponsored coaches, so you don't need to do anything with them as far as training them or giving them any guidance or mentorship, because they're not yours. Their upline coach will take care of that. But the cool thing about that is that they will build volume over here for when you are starting to do a team cycle bonus. Very cool, right? So that's considered your strong leg because it will be fed by your upline and any of the coaches that your upline signs up down the road. As a new coach, when you're signing your very first coach, you want to ask yourself, is this person going to be a builder, or are they just wanting the discount? So if they're a builder, then you're going to want to put them on your weak leg because you're going to be trying to build up your weak leg. So this is your first coach. Yay! And you know who your first coach should be? Anyone know? Type it in the bottom. Or
spouse.
Your spouse. And I'll explain why later because this is a huge income opportunity for you guys. So your spouse. So I'm going to put a little S because that's your beautiful spouse that's going to go right there. And then let's say that your next coach you're going to want to sign over here because that makes you now, oops, that was under your upline, sorry. There, your spouse. So that makes you now an Emerald coach. Yay, now you're an Emerald. Okay, so an Emerald coach, when they have a 200 team volume and 100 team volume, 200 on this side, 100 team volume, they're going to cycle. And every cycle you're going to get paid $14 per cycle. Now I know that doesn't sound a lot, but it adds up over time. Now here's something to think about as an Emerald coach. The max you get paid a week, the max. So even if you are an Emerald coach and you've been hanging out with me for like 2 years and you have tons of volume that's going on both sides or whatever, you happen to have your only coach over here be a builder and they're bringing it in. So even if your cycles add up to more than $250 a week that you should be making, the max you can get paid is $250 a week in your team cycle bonus. You can make more from your retail commission, but that's it. So say if you're a diamond coach that lost your rank and dropped back down to Emerald and you're wondering, what the heck? Last week I made this much, but this week I only made $250 in my team cycle bonus. That's probably why. That's the most you can make. So just remember that. Now, a Ruby coach, well, hold on. Hold please. Okay, so then you're going to go along and you're going to ask, okay, so your next coach you're going to sign up, you're saying, okay, they're a builder, so they're going to go over here too with my spouse, and then my next one's going to go here. And honestly, until you get to diamond, you want to go just right side, left side, until it's, oh, let's say, yay, Susie Q over here decides, I'm going to actually do something with this business. I'm going to start to build, and I'm going to get myself to Emerald. Woohoo! So you got an Emerald over here. They add a coach over here. Okay, so their coach would now drop down there, but that makes them go up to Emerald coach. Woohoo! Yay! Woo! All right, and then Susie Q over here is an Emerald coach, and you see over here, this person has one. They personally sponsored one, but you don't know if they're going to move or not. So you could sign up a personally sponsored coach of your spouse's in their business. So you would log in as them or have your coach sign up under your spouse, and you help them to advance to Emerald. So now you're Diamond. Sweet. Now, as a Diamond coach, you get $18 per cycle instead of $14, and you get a 10% matching bonus. A 10% matching bonus means that everything that your team is getting paid, like for their team cycle bonus, you get 10% that matches that. So if your entire team makes, let's say, $500, you get $50. So it adds up pretty quickly, right? So it's another incentive to help your team get to Emerald and keep Emerald. Another thing to think about is as your upline is kicking butt and building this business, and they have coaches that are being placed under you, and maybe they have some rock stars that are under you, this volume over here is going to grow super fast. As an Emerald coach, let's say over here is 10,000 volume points, just for fun. And this is whatever you're building, right? You and your team. So this, as an Emerald coach, as long as you don't go inactive or lose that Emerald rank, you will bank that volume. So when you're first getting started, you're not really, you don't have the volume built up yet. So you're not maxing out this 10,000 volume point. Like you're not doing the 200, 100 split on that. Maybe it's 10,000 and 1,000. So the most, you can use of this right now is 2,000. So where did the 8,000 points go? Beachbody saves them in a bank for you. So when you do build up this side, eventually they're going to keep dipping into that banked volume and it never goes away. When you lose your Emerald rank, you lose your banked volume. So once you get to Emerald and beyond, you never lose it. Okay? All right, let's keep going. So if it were me, I would continue to build until I get to Diamond. Oh, we skipped over Ruby. Okay, let's say that you drop to Ruby, or let's say you get to Ruby first, and you have an Emerald on each side plus an additional coach over there. Ruby gets $16 per cycle and a 5% matching bonus. They can max out with $1,000 of earnings a week. Diamonds max out at $2,000 earnings a week. 1-star diamonds is 3, and then 2-star diamonds is 4, and it goes on up. You guys can look in the policy and procedures for exactly how that breaks down. The thing is once you hit 10-star diamond, the most you can make in any given week is $12,000 from your team cycle bonus. So even if you have, star diamonds that are crushing this business and you have a ton of elite coaches in your first business center and they're bringing in way more volume than that, and you could possibly be making $25,000 a week, you won't. You'll make the max of $12,000. And we'll talk about why you build depth as well as rank. So when you get to Diamond, we're going to put them back in there. The next goal should be double Diamond. So you would want to get another Emerald, helped your team understand why you want to get to Emerald, build Emerald, at least one on each side, plus an additional couple of coaches, okay? And then at that point, we can start talking about building depth and rank and chasing to 2-star and things like that. So why would you want to get to Emerald? So I know we talk a lot about I just want to help people, and talking about money can seem a little taboo. But the thing is that people want to get fit, of course. But I would say as many people that struggle with their weight loss goals and things like that also need a financial opportunity, don't you think? A lot of people are struggling with debt. They're struggling with being strapped paycheck to paycheck. They have very little in savings. I mean, that's why Dave Ramsey is so passionate about what he does, right? And so by offering the opportunity to sign up to be a coach or to build this business, and offering that is going to give them the chance to be a part of something super positive and uplifting. It'll help them with their own fitness goals to keep them on track. It'll help them get their products at a discount, which helps their budget, and then give them the chance to build something really big. So why not offer it? You know, you never know. You never know until you try. I never knew that any of you would sign up, but y'all did. How cool is that? Okay, so now we're at Diamond, and just for the sake of things, I'm going to say, yay, this person's a superstar builder. They're a Ruby coach. And oh, look over here, this person just went Emerald, so good things are happening, folks. Good things are happening, building your business. And I won't show you, like, this takes time, so of course there's going to be coaches coming down and coming down. But on average, if you're wondering how many coaches should you be signing a month, you're like, this is all well and good, but how does this actually happen? A nice goal to shoot for is a minimum of 4 coaches a month if you want to be a 6-figure earner at some point. 4 coaches a month is the minimum. It's going to bring new people into your team, keep it exciting, give people the opportunity to be success partners, help build your elite points for this year and next year, and things like that. Okay? So, alrighty. Okay, so now you're a double diamond. Woo! This next goal you need to look at is, where can I get to 2-star diamond? Am I balanced and set up for 2-star diamond? If you have an emerald over here that's not doing anything, an emerald over here that's not doing anything, but you have your spouse here that's emerald, and you're a Ruby coach that's on fire and almost diamond over here, and these 2 are set up to go diamond next, you will not become a 2-star, you'll be a 1-star. And here's why. To be a 2-star diamond and above, you need to have a diamond on each side, and you need to have a total of 10 coaches, 5 and 5. Okay, and one of those diamonds can act as one of those 5 coaches. So you would want to keep adding to your team 1 and 1, or maybe 1 and 2 if your volume's this upside down, until you start getting a builder that wants to shoot for diamond over here. Well, why? Why would you want to do that? When you hit 2-star, you get to open up your second CBC, your Coach Business Center, and that acts as you. And I'll show you what you can do with that. And when you, okay, let's back up a little bit. Okay, as you're building, let's say you're going to build your spouse, and he has this personally sponsored coach over here. So when you're building down this line, you're gonna want to have volume coming down this line, and so that you're maxing out your bonus cycle. But one thing that you can do is you can sign your personally sponsored coach under your spouse. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, so what that means is when you would select your preferred placement, you're going to put in, you're logged in as you, they're going to sign up, they're going to be your personally sponsored coach, so they would count for you for rank, etc. But you put them, this is your coach, you put under your spouse, and you would log in and select your preferred placement with their number, whatever that number is, on the right side or on the leg that you need them. Okay? And why would you do that? Well, this is cool. So your spouse is a paid Emerald coach, so they can bonus, right? So let's say that they signed up, they got 2 coaches under them, and they were, this coach over here, they're not doing anything, so it's only 90 PV every month. Well, that's not going to do anything for team cycle bonusing, because you need 100. So they're having all this volume feed this leg. You can build inside your spouse. It still counts as you until they max out at 250 every single week. So you'll get paid here for these coaches as well as here. So if you have a spouse that is not an Emerald, I'd highly recommend signing them up and getting them to Emerald so that you can do this. As well as get yourself to SC5 or SC10. Either one's fine. And then everything else goes under your spouse, or any orders that are not challenge packs, they would go, or Shakeology orders, go through your spouse. Because then you get paid commission here, and you get the team cycle bonus in there. All right, any questions so far? This is probably the most boring call we'll ever do. I promise I have motivation at the end. Okay, the next thing. So you want to build inside this way. I think people just set their placement as outside leg. And while it's okay to build outside, if you build inside your spouse here, then that's going to help you out long term. I did it so that I actually have my coach business centers on each leg, so I can build inside of mine that way, which is the same thing as a spouse, but I'm working 3 business centers instead. Long story, I signed up my spouse late, and I signed him in the wrong spot, had to cancel him, wait the wait period, and now I have to sign him up again. So don't do what I did. Learn from my mistakes. Okay. So going back to this, so when you get in the position where you have builders on your right side and your left side, and you know that they're shooting for diamond, you're wanting to help push them and train them and give them that support they need in order to get to diamond on each side and get you to 2-star. You can open up your second business center. I'm running out of room here. Let's say you open up your second business center here, because this will feed not only your spouse, but it'll feed you as well. So you could bonus on, these coaches signing up under your second business center will feed here, and there. Now your second business center is like a personally sponsored coach of yours. And so the Success Club points from both businesses go together, which is great. So if you sign a coach here, you get, with the challenge packs, 2 points here, 2 points, and it just all rolls together in one big pile for Success Club. Yay! But as far as rank goes, if you sign them in your second business center, that's considered their coaches, not yours. Anyway. But you can build this person yourself to diamond as one of your diamonds. So that could be, this could be one of your diamonds. This could be one of your diamonds. Oh, this person, congratulations, builder, you went to diamond. This one's diamond. And now you would be set up as a 3-star. Make sense? No? Yes? Okay. Now you want to keep building your first business center until you at least get to 5-star. And the reason why is you want to get to elite, and you want the 5-star bonus. The quarterly bonus for 2-star diamond is approximately $900 for 5-star diamond. It was approximately $3,000 last time. And and then if you want to build to 10-star, the 10-star diamond bonus, I can't even remember what that was, but a lot of people don't shoot beyond 10-star. They get to 10-star, and then they start to build down. But the 15-star diamond bonus, I can't remember what it was last time. What was it, like $40,000? That's the highest rank you can ever achieve in Beachbody. When you build it, you have to be even on each side and then have additional coaches. I think it's 25 coaches total. So you would be building this first business center quite a bit. And then you would need that many personally sponsored diamonds to all be diamond for 6 weeks at a time during any quarterly bonus period. They all have to be active paid 6 weeks straight. Okay, but the $42,000 bonus, if you want to juggle that and shoot for that, that's awesome. Because what does that break down for 12 weeks? Like $3,000-ish? A $3,000 bump, like pay bump per week? That's a lot of money. So that's something to think about. If you want to shoot for Superstar Diamond, awesome. There's a lot of perks. They send you to Superstar Day, and you get some cool stuff. Otherwise, if you're really shooting for bank over rank, then you want to get obviously to 2-star diamond, hit elite, make elite your goal this year, and then when you hit 2-star diamond, open your other business center, get this one in here to 2-star, and then you can open a third business center. And the cool thing is if you get this to 2-star diamond and open a third business center, you can put it anywhere. So you could put it in your first business center. If you're wanting to go for 15-star, you could put it in your second. It's totally up to you, and you can build them the same way. So, questions so far? Does that help at all? So, So what would I do? Okay, I have coaches coming in. Where would I put my coaches? If it were me and I was looking at this, and maybe by this time, because you've been building this leg, woohoo, and your upline, thank you, has been building this with all their awesome coaches. They're signing up. And maybe now you're at the point where one side is 20,000 and this side is, you know, it's doing well, but not that well. Maybe it's at 5. Then I would continue to sign my coaches 1, 2, 2, or inside here 2, 2. Until this gets up closer. But maybe it's flopped during this time and you're at more like 15,000 volume points. And over here it's like 18. Well, then that's where I would look at it and to say, well, if you flipped with your volume points on each side, you'd want to move your next business center to the opposite side and start building over there. So you always want to look at your points to see where you can max out. And it's good to have that 200-100 split. It's really good to be balanced. And so that way it always is maxing out, you know, because it'll stay that way. But that's how you would determine where your coaches go. So at first you want to get yourself to diamond and beyond. And never, ever, ever, ever lose that because you're recruiting at least 4 people a month, right? And then you build from there. And you just look at your personal business and figure out where you should put these people so that way you can get the most income. Because this one, like if you look at this guy and you build him to diamond, your spouse to diamond, that's a potential of making $2,000 a week here, plus what you're making up here as a 2-star. So you'd have the opportunity to make, what is it, $4,000 here. And then if you're making this here, go to diamond, another 2,000 there that you could possibly make. So, no? Yes? Okay, what questions do you have? And then I have one more thing.
I have a question. It's Erica.
Yeah.
Okay, so my tree doesn't look like that at all. It's like I have all these little straggly, like, you know, like I was putting it under some of my other coaches, not just like far right, far left. Does that disrupt anything? Because they still come up as right and left, but am I not maximizing volume then?
Okay, so it's still going to be right and left for you, which is fine for you. But if I was to take, let's say Myra comes in to my team and she's a rock star, and I put her under this coach here because I was building inside. I don't know why I would do that. But then this coach goes AWOL, then Myra's stuck in there with no one building a leg for her at all. It would actually hurt your coach. So I would only put coaches inside on your personal business centers.
Okay.
Like your spouse, the things you can control and that you're planning on building. Otherwise, if they are somebody that's trying to work the business, then that's not going to help them earn enough, like the money that they potentially want to earn. And we really want to give people the best chance here. Now, with that being said, there's a million ways to do this. And I've signed coaches that I thought would be like incredible, and then they fall off the map like immediately. And then I've signed discount coaches that have taken this and just got straight to the moon. So there is no right or wrong way to build your business. There's no right or wrong goal to have. If you really want to shoot for 15-star and just keep everything outside leg, you know, first business center all the way, that's totally fine too. But it's just some things to think about when you're looking at your long-term goals with your family. And so really getting your first business center to elite is huge, not only because of the money, because you're going to make the 5-star bonus and the 2-star bonus, and you have the higher, you know, star diamond week available to you to earn. But the recognition that you get from elite is great. And they really help to promote your business, and you're involved in trainings and things that help you to be a better leader. And so all those opportunities are kind of priceless, if you could say, but they pay you back and then some. Another thing is that when you hit elite, you have the potential to make an extra $500 every month just by being a 5-star diamond. So that's my theory, is you should always go for elite, and then beyond that, build deep and wide. Keep opening up a business center once you hit 2-star. So currently I have 3. Okay, so my advice, get with your upline coach. If your upline coach doesn't know what she's doing, reach up the upline and have them look at your business if you need to, and help them to figure out your next moves. And that would be the best thing. Okay, so I have one thing, because on this note, we say, okay, well, how do I build a 6-figure business? How do I find these people? And I was talking to Brigitte. She's one of my favorite friends I've met through this business, and she was sharing with me kind of what she's done, and we talked about the 5 things to get there. So the first thing that I did and she did and everybody does if you're really a leader in this business and want to build it is you have to first become a student and not wait for somebody to come ask you to show up. Just dive into the coach training webinars that we offer, like this week. Yay, you're on the call, good job. But also other webinars from other leaders. Almost everybody has their coach training available on YouTube, and it's super helpful to be able to dive in there and see what they're doing and share those videos with your team. I've kept a doc that says important webinars to watch, and I put my favorite links for different things in there. So when my team asks me what they need, like tell me this or whatever, I say, watch this webinar from so-and-so. And it's good to learn from different coaches. And so having those available to you is awesome. Try to watch one a day. Be on the National Wake Up Call and listen to the archived National Wake Up Calls. I love that Rachel Wilbur challenged her team this month to listen to 1 National Wake Up Call a day. Now, with that being said, don't listen to the National Wake Up Call and go, oh my gosh, I need to redo my entire business. No, take 1 or 2 things away from it that you could implement into your business. Don't overhaul everything, okay? Because you're going to do this differently. The third thing is look in the files tab of a Fierce Fit or, even in the Coach Online office for more information. Always search the FAQ first. Like become somebody that goes and finds the information, because when you go find it, you're going to learn more than if you ask your upline. Does that make sense? When you teach yourself, you learn more. There's the section of news and training in the online office. Dive into there and learn the new training format. And so you're familiar with that. Personal development is something that should be just like food to you, that you absolutely hunger and thirst for it and need it every single day to inspire you, to teach you, and to absorb and to implement. Not just to go, that was nice, that was good, but what do you learn from it? And then seminars and events. So Summit is a great way to be a good student and to really learn what you need to know. But there's so many other seminars out there that you could go to, whether they're on like John Maxwell or local things with time management or whatever. So dive into that. The second thing is to make a list of names. And we're working the power of 3 right now, and I can testify that the power of 3 works. It works. It doesn't work if you don't work it right, though. And so every day, add 3 new contacts to your list, then reach out to those contacts and say whatever you want to say to them, but reach out to them and just say hi and reconnect. It can be an old friend that you haven't talked to in a couple months. It can be somebody that's a new like from your page. It can be somebody you meet out and about. Just reach out and be a friend. And then the next part is invite 3 friends a day, and 1 of them should be to coaching. 2 to your challenge, 1 to coaching. I have a lot of people that message me and say, how do I get good at recruiting? You talk about it all the time. That's how you get good. And you just need to talk about it like you would how to change a diaper. Okay. Then pray for guidance, or if you're not religious, take a moment to stop and think so you're not frantic when you're messaging people, but you're really leading with your heart, and pay attention to the inspiration that you get from whatever, and say, who do I need to talk to and what do I need to say? Who do I need to talk to and what do I need to say? And if you take it with that heart, you will never, ever come across pushy. Like, what do I need to say in a way that they would want to hear it? And then have something to invite them to or offer. It's always awkward when you're like, hey, just was wondering if you're working on your goals. And then you're like, oh crap, I don't have anything coming up to offer them to. So have your next 2 challenges scheduled, as well as a free group of some kind or a freemium of some kind. It might be like a digital food guide that you have, or some workout you recorded of yourself doing squats. I don't care. Have something to give them. I've been sending motivational quotes or short YouTube videos that are like a minute long. Said, I love this. I just thought it would lighten your day. So, and the next thing, set 2 goals. The first ones are the non-negotiables. Like, you are going to hit this no matter what. And you guys remember when we were at the ropes course, we had to set 2 goals, the ones that went to the leader retreat. And the first goal, people were like, I'm going to try to make it halfway up the lattice thing, the rope ladder thing. And then everybody else was like, I'm going to ring that bell. And for some people, the non-negotiable was, I'm going to ring that bell. And then the push goal, or the goal above and beyond that, was, I'm going to ring that bell in 30 seconds. And so choose 2 goals. Your non-negotiable goal should still push your limits, but you're going to hit that thing no matter what. And if you're really trying to build a 6-figure business, Success Club 10 needs to be a goal of yours. Signing 4 coaches a month needs to be a goal. And you're going to do whatever it takes. And then your push goal might be Success Club 10 for me and Success Club 5 for my spouse. I'm going to sign 4 coaches for me, and then I'm going to get him to diamond or something. I don't know. You can choose every month. And whatever it takes means not, I'm going to go on vacation this weekend and ignore my business for 5 days. But I'll work really hard when I come back on Monday. But whatever it takes means that you're going to keep going until 11:59 p.m. on the 30th, or whatever the cutoff date is, to get it. And if you're shooting for summit goals right now, it's May 20th, 11:59 p.m. East Coast time. You got to have it locked in no matter what. Back that goal up, though, and try to hit it by the 18th, just in case anything happens. You have 2 days to correct it with coach relations. Does it make sense? Okay. So make sure you set yourself up for success. And if you want those goals for Summit, you need to be working them like it's the last hour right now. Okay? You can do it. Diamond coaches and star diamonds across the board. Number 4, steady wins the race. So it's so cliche, because it's true that when you are consistently posting on Facebook, and you're posting on social media, and you're sharing your story, and you're really honoring your brand and not just posting to post, and then you are consistently going into your groups and you're making sure that they're having a great experience with that, then things are going to happen for you. It's going to happen so much easier. And then never ask, is this enough to get by? So did I do the minimum today for my business to just kind of skirt? Or am I really trying to elevate my standards and reflect on the month prior and see, can I improve by at least 10% this month? Whether that means quality, quantity, your sales, your volume points, whatever. Focus on those things and slow and steady build it up. Ask for referrals from your challenge groups, because if they are having a great experience, they're going to refer you to their friends. The biggest thing is that you always just make sure to follow through with your team and your challengers. Okay. The last, number 5, embrace failure as opportunity. One of my favorite quotes is from, I think it's from myself. I think I made this up. But whenever you hit a wall or you have a setback, it's an opportunity for you to get creative. And I probably read that in a book, but I can't remember where I read it. So I'm going to call it an Emma-ism, but it's true. And this year has proven to be the year of obstacles and opposition for myself. So I'm speaking from, I've been there, that I know anything and everything is possible when you stay consistent and get super creative. Like, things aren't going as you want them to. Crap, well, what am I going to do? And then you brainstorm with your success partner, you talk to your upline, and you say, light the fire under my butt and tell me where to go. And they will. Be willing to go for no. Be okay with no. Like, shoot, no's just fine. One of my new coaches was messaging me. It was her first day of invitations, and she got 3 no's, and she's like, I hate these no's. I'm doing this wrong. Like, I replied back, that's amazing. I'm so happy you got no's. Way to go. And she was like, what? Oh. And if you turn no's into like, that's just what we do, it's fine, it's part of the process, then it's not a big deal. And you know you're on the right track when you are getting uncomfortable with asking and inviting people that you really admire and respect. And so when they say no, it's like, anyway, because no just means not right now. We've learned that. Take failure as feedback. So anytime you fail, you can look at it and go, okay, that didn't go as planned. Now what can I do? And then the last thing, of course, I said get creative. But all right, you guys, I know that there's limitless opportunity here with this this little thing we call coaching. And I really, 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 really want to be able to share stories like, my husband just quit his job. I just quit my job. I just paid off my house, cash. I just bought my kids' college tuition, cash. And those are the kinds of things that I want to be able to share and tell everybody, because it's cool when it happens to you, but I promise you it's so much better when it's one of your kids or grandkids or great-grandkids on the team that you can say, oh my gosh. So my challenge to you is tonight, as your brain is on mushy overload, I want you to do two things. I want you to set a financial goal for yourself for the end of the year. And then you're going to send that to your upline coach, and we're going to figure out how to get you there. So do two. You need a no matter what, and then you need the push goal. The second thing I want you to do, are you ready? Is I want you to draft your why or record your why of what has already happened to you with finances, or what you've been able to do with your money already. Because you have financial success, right? You've all made something. And so draft that out. Even if it's just, I paid for my Shakeology and I'm brand new. Or I got a pedicure today and I didn't have to dip into our budget. And then send that also to your upline coach, okay? And so that they can read that over and then create a shout out for you. Because by being able to talk about that and share with a humble brag on social media, like, wow, I just feel so blessed, I want to pay this forward, that's going to draw people to you that want to work. Okay? If you approach this as a hobby, like, it's just so fun to hang out with my friends, that's great. But people that want to work and actually make some money, they need to know where the money is and if you're making any. Sound good? Okay, East Coast is like, good night, lady. But I really appreciate you all being on, like always. If you have any questions, I'm going to look through really quick and see if I missed anything. But if you have any, you guys can always post in Fierce Fit, or you can message me. You know this. What is funny? Yeah. Okay. Yes, you can do both. But yeah. So yeah, I always quote myself. I can't. I don't think it was anyone else. Yeah. I'm cool like that. No. Yeah. Anything that you want in this business, you can have it, but you got to do it smart, and you got to be consistent, and you got to dream bigger. Cool. Thank you all for being on the call. I hope it helped a little bit. Yes? No? Okay. Yes, Tiki, you should go to Summit. Tiki's brand new. She signed up like a couple days ago. Go to Summit. I'll message you how.